Hey, co-creators. Welcome to Awakening Soul Truth. I'm Allison Ledbetter, and this is Robbie Short. We are meditation teachers. We are Reiki masters, and she is a yogi, and I am a medium. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we remind you that you sit in a great opportunity to align with your spiritual power. The planets are aligning. The divine matrix energy is increasing, becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. And as this rises, you will see the dark matrix collapsing. And we are witnessing truth coming out on the world stage right now. We are seeing truths everywhere that are mind-blowing. The more important piece, though, is how do we co-create for New Earth? How do we co-create and enter into a space of equity for everyone and love for everyone, higher vibration?
So this month is a really important month for all this, because if you look at the numerology code, excuse me, it's number 1. So 1, if you remember, is the conduit between the heavens and the earth. It's the initiator. It's being a pioneer. It's stepping into a leadership role. It's oneness. It's about intuition. And there's a lot of shifts that are happening in the universe. So if you look back at March of 2020, Saturn was in Aquarius. And Saturn rules foundations and structures. And Aquarius is about society as a whole, as well as technology. So you could see that society was gravely affected and had a lot of restrictions placed on it. And then a lot of us had to start depending on technology. A lot of things going online, groceries being delivered to your home, the list goes on and on. The good news is Saturn is changing into Pisces. And Pisces is about intuition, creativity, hopes, and dreams. And then we have Pluto making a shift. Pluto is now going into Aquarius. So Pluto has been, is the transformer. Pluto likes to dig things up. Pluto likes to reveal the shadow side of things. And we've been seeing this. So now that Pluto is going to be shifting and Saturn is shifting, and then we see everything coming kind of as a culmination with the spring equinox. There's a new moon in Aries. We also have Chiron, the wounded healer, entering into Aries. And there's 2 kind of expressions of that, right? Because it's the wounded healer. You could get triggered and be aggressive or reactive with that, or you could move into a higher vibration or expression of that. And
Divine warrior.
Divine warrior.
Divine warrior.
Realizing how you can heal, or realizing you don't have to react, and realizing that you can take your power back. So now it's Rage Against the Machine time. You got to take your power back. I mean, this is it, you guys. So Aries is in, or will be, the new moon, I should say, is going to be at 0 degrees Aries. Aries is all about leadership and having courage and having confidence and being brave enough to stand on your own and to be able to initiate action. And then there's Jupiter going into Aries, which is about the expansion of that.
Yes.
So this is a really, really important month, you guys. Even the springtime is about renewal and new beginnings. 1, new beginnings. Aries in 0 degrees, new beginnings. So it is going to be a lot of grassroots efforts on our part, individually, community-wise, as well as collectively.
Right. Okay, so we're going to unpack all of what she just said.
It's a lot.
And just a quick reminder, we aren't astrologers. We trust that you will look at Molly McCord and Pam Gregory and look at these people that are wonderfully setting up and saying the same things we are. We approach this energetically. We are in hopes that you realize you're awakening, and we want to be the tools to help you, give you tools to help you with this process. But all of this, the main point of what this means as we enter into a new era is not a new era, but a new consciousness, is truly that your higher self is opening, your awakening is happening. And this is a shift that happens physically. And when that happens, your ego dissolves, you let go of me first and separation and control, and you step into, oh, I have a higher purpose. I'm part of a community. Let's look at the grassroots things. Let's take our power back from huge organizations that are controlling, number one, our healthcare and our food industry. So when we really look at what's happening, do you like your healthcare system?
Nope. I don't even have health insurance, so no.
So there are a lot of benefits of Western medicine, and we acknowledge them. But the number one thing that really needs to change, or two, are one, Western medicine has the approach of treating symptoms, which has led to the dominization of pharmaceutical companies. And in this process, pharmaceutical companies are not in business for your health.
No, they're in business to work with sick people.
Yes. They want you to be sick to give you medicine to make profit. Their bottom line is financial.
And if one pill doesn't work, they're going to give you another pill.
Well, a lot of times one pill does work, but you need a second pill to back it up. And then it becomes a third pill and a fourth pill.
Yeah.
And it's too many pills. There are definitely times and places for pills. And we are not medical doctors, and we are not telling you to get off of pills. We are telling you that there is a part of our system that doesn't work. And that is pharmaceutical companies are in charge of your healthcare, and they are influencing the bottom line of how to treat you. We think a combination of natural ways and allopathic ways, and there's been a wonderful model that came out of England. The new system.
The NHS system in Great Britain is starting to crumble. It's starting to fall apart.
This new system is arising out of England, and it's called the People's Health Alliance. And it was started by
Katherine McGee.
And she is really taking this leadership role in a very simple, organic way. She's just like, the healthcare here in England isn't working. What does it look like to put it in community? What does it look like to make a health hub and offer services that are about the whole person approach? And this approach is about using all possibilities. So they're looking at stress management.
They're looking at diet and farming and
sleep patterns,
and stress,
and how
anything that affects your health, really.
Because it's the whole person approach. Really, stress is the biggest health destroyer.
Yeah.
They know that. They just started accepting that in the last couple of years. My mom, she was so ahead of her time. She started something called Corporate Health Consultants, and she had in it a humor for health class. And she said, if you can laugh, if you can bring joy into your body, it takes down the stress hormone.
Yeah.
Cortisol. Meditation takes down cortisol levels.
And there's a laughing meditation.
Oh, good.
It's amazing. We used to do it in our teacher training. Basically, you can line everybody up in a circle, or you can stand there together, or you can each kind of zigzag and lay on each other's belly, which is really fun because then you feel the belly laughter.
Oh my God.
And it doesn't matter if you're laughing, in a fake laugh, or if you're laughing hysterically, just naturally. But that laughter can carry on for like 20 or 30 minutes. And it's amazing.
And you just start letting it go.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes contagious.
Yep.
That's really great. So try a laughing meditation with your family. And haven't you ever noticed, if you can get your family or a group of you together starting laughing, how the fun just erupts and you want to go back to that space?
And the space feels better.
It does. So these are simple things: joy, happiness, laughter. And they're starting to say in health. Okay, so back to my mom who started this company that was like, stress is the number one, life zapper. If we're really looking at how do we care for ourselves and for each other, and if we really want healthcare equity, so everybody getting equal healthcare and treated the same, we have to move away from pharmaceutical companies.
Yes. And this is why, okay, this is going to sound political, but I'm not trying to make it political.
Okay.
But this is why I love Bernie Sanders.
Okay.
Bernie Sanders is amazing at stating over and over and over again that the lobbyists are running the politics.
Yeah.
And that it's mainly pharmaceutical companies. And he actually has taken many people across the border to help them get affordable healthcare or affordable drugs. Because, as we know, Americans
they get the highest price in drugs.
Yeah.
There was a whole bus systems going over to Canada to get cheaper drugs.
Yeah.
Because they're so high. And again, they're not doing this for your health. They're doing it for profit. And they're basically raping you of money and health. So that's a harsh way to put it. But I think you need to hear it that harshly because we're really tired of that system.
But I did hear good news this morning from my sister who's been battling cancer. She sent us a few, screenshots of something that her team of doctors in Charlotte has been helping her as far as diet goes with cancer. And it's an integrative doctor. They have brought an integrative doctor in with the team. And that excited me so much because over the years, when I've talked about thermography, or if I've talked about integrative health, or I've talked about alternative solutions with my family, it's like I'm not being seen or heard. But I love that she is actually going somewhere that she trusts, right, for the Western medical standpoint, but yet they're bringing in this whole new modality. So to me, that's them showing a grassroots effort.
Thank goodness.
To incorporate something that they see works.
Right. And remember our friend Kim, who was on this show before?
With the nature episode.
She truly started to see some of that her doctor wasn't actually providing the naturopathic ways, but was saying, we're open to it. Please do it. We know that it has an effect. That's a huge inroad.
Well, in this organization that you're talking about in Great Britain, which is now going into other countries.
28 other countries.
Yeah, it's spreading. So it's not limited to there.
Right.
But I love their approach because they say they like to combine the Eastern and Western medicine together because they see how important and how relevant Ayurveda is from India, how Chinese medicine is. And they also realize that there's some things that Western medicine can provide, but they also, more than anything, want to provide people a choice and whatever the people resonate with, and that's what they're going to help them with on their particular path for health and wellness.
Yeah.
And I love that because it is about giving the power back to the people and allowing the personal individual to take responsibility and be accountable for their health.
And that's the main piece. We have to be accountable. This reminds me and inspires me to mention that we are supposed to really see huge quantum leaps in healthcare in terms of healing with sound, healing with energy medicine, all that stuff that Robbie and I have been doing for years, and other Reiki healers and people that heal through sound and homeopathic vibrational medicine. There are so many simple, natural ways that are just going to blossom. My hope is you can walk into a healing center and they can create a vibration that will cause a sound vibration that will stimulate your cells to heal your body internally and on the inside out. That's our belief. That is something that we have held so dear to our heart for incarnation after incarnation. And it's starting to happen.
Finally.
We're seeing it. I actually found a new...
I mean, it's amazing because we live in Nashville, which is in the middle of the Bible Belt. And I feel like I've been really lucky because I found this community, even though it was very underground before 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Befriended a couple women who were the on-starters of this in this community. And really in the last 5 years, it's grown exponentially. Like really, it's everywhere you look. Different people that I meet are talking about it or experimenting with it or trying to understand it or seeking it out.
So it's that rise of natural methods of healing.
Yes. And it's part of the mysticism and part of the spirituality and a part of realizing that we are composed of energy and that the old ways isn't working.
Right. And that's again, the
birthing of the new earth.
Yes.
We're here.
And the divine matrix increasing, because all those systems are part of the divine matrix. The energy systems and the light systems.
Yeah.
And so it's going to become normal for you. We're not going to be the weirdos anymore. we're so looking forward to. But it's truly, people are going to start looking at and seeing healing techniques outside of medicine. Like the other day when she sang that.
There's 3 syllables.
Right. So she did that the other day and we edited out of our third eye tape, but I broke out into tears because the vibration was so powerful for me, and I had a spontaneous healing happen when we were on camera. I mean, I literally broke out into tears.
She did.
It was like, okay.
I thought we should keep it in.
I wasn't ready for that. All right.
We're about to unfold and open up more.
Right. So the whole point is that you have an opportunity, and we're trying to motivate you to look at other systems. Old systems are collapsing. We know
new ones are building. And so that's what you need
building.
to see. So, just taking Great Britain for an example, their system, the traditional system's collapsing, but there's a new one forming.
Yes.
And that is happening behind the scenes with a lot of different things. And we have to trust that. And we have to maybe seek those things out or just keep our eyes and ears open. And then we can participate.
We also want to see this to happen to the food supply and the farming communities. Farming communities are controlled by the grocery stores and a lot of the pharmaceutical drugs that go on our food. But our food is sacred. And
talking about chemicals?
Chemicals.
Yeah.
Our food has the natural organic ways for us to heal. 1 or 2
Wasn't
resources.
it Plato that said, "Let food be thy medicine"?
Well, because it is.
Or was that Hippocrates? Anyway.
I think it was Hippocrates.
I think it was
that
too.
Guy. So 2 resources for you is 1, Ocean Robbins on Food Revolution. He runs a blog every week. He is an incredible resource to look at the value of food. He looks a lot about regeneration, our dirt.
The
Because
soil.
that's the soil. Dirt, soil.
Because the soil's getting stripped
the
of
soil
its nutrients.
doesn't have the nutrient power, so they add nitrates to make it rich again, but that's not the best way. Ocean Robbins will lead you to new films that come out about growing, new technologies on how to manage our earth. It's a great resource. I also love Anthony Williams. He really talks about, he's called the medical medium, and he talks about food as a way to heal. So we actually have to heal the food, and we have to then have a harmonious relationship with food again.
So part of the reason we're saying this, we're not saying this because everyone has to start growing their own food, because I don't have a green thumb. I don't have land to be able to do this.
Right.
What we're saying is this is the initiation of the new earth, and we all have gifts. We all have potential. We all have a higher self and intuition kind of feeding us, at certain times, maybe the knowledge that we should be gaining. Obviously, you're gaining it here because you're listening to us right now. But you need to look at your own life. How could I maybe find organic food to put in my body, taking that personal responsibility if you're not going to grow the food.
Stop eating fake food.
But for us, it's energy work for us. We're in our kind of modality is helping people heal through yoga, through meditation, through Reiki, through bringing about more self-awareness. So this is about stepping into yourself and stepping into your gifts and figuring out what your medicine can be for others. This is just a piece of it. This is just a sliver of the pie, but figuring out how you can initiate action somehow, some way.
And that's the beauty of these 6 planets being in Aries, because it's go time.
Yeah. We have this saying in yoga, and the time is now.
Yeah, the time is now.
The time is now. Now is the most precious moment we have, because now is the only moment we're in. Even the very first word of the Yoga Sutras is Atta. Atta means now. Now we come to the teachings of yoga. You guys, now we are entering into the new earth. Now is the time to take action. Now is the time to tap in. Now is the time for us all to come together and to create the life and the world we want to live in, because we've got to take the power back. Come on. Sorry.
I love that.
Listen to that Rage song. It's amazing. And how appropriate. That was in the 90s.
Yeah.
From a band called Rage Against the Machine. Who was the machine? Huh.
Right. There's that. Fighting though.
You're right. Because you're right. That is, there's a divide with that.
You don't want to have that raging against. You want to simply become the power that you are.
Yes.
And that's more important, since we don't promote fighting because it gives these dark side energy. The best way is to become the change. And because everything's aligning, that change gets easier. So dream. What is your greatest version of yourself?
Yeah, hope, dream, journal, do, become.
Yeah. Be gentle. Let the kindness win.
With what you were just saying, there was someone I was listening to the other day, and they said it so beautifully. They said, with the divide that we've experienced and with all the fear and the chaos, everything is like everywhere, right? So with that divide, with that fear, with that chaos, it's hard for things or people to become congruent in order to be able to create. So
solidify.
So yes.
Anchor in. Solidify. Trust this. We're counting on you. Actually.
Yeah.
We're counting on you because
we need each other.
We need to make this new plan. So we have all these new systems that have the potential to rise. I think we're going to look at the younger generation of people. They really have a high vibration, and they're naturally bringing in normal systems, better systems. One of the things we've noticed is like our children are better at connecting with the light than we are. They have these crazy innovative ideas, like the guy who's cleaning up the oceans. He's he started it when he was a teenager.
Wow,
that's incredible. So look at some of the younger people, because their innovative ideas are so revolutionary. We would love it if you would join us on March 20th at New Moon Yoga Studio at 12 o'clock for a free group meditation.
It's actually 12:15.
Right.
Because my class ends at 12. If you want a gentle yoga class, you can come for that class from 11 to 12. It's in Franklin in the Cool Springs area. And it'll be 12:15 to 12:45, half an hour. So it's not long.
No. And this is all about new moon energy, celebrating the astrological new year, and having 6 planets move into Aries.
New moon at new moon.
Oh my gosh, it's so true.
And forming a new earth.
Yeah.
With the new version of you.
Yeah. Or your highest version of you. It's not new. Your awareness of you.
Yeah.
Is what's happening. Again, the playing field is shifted. Be in your power, solidify, anchor in. And so Robbie's going to anchor us in now with a meditation.
All right, let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall. And remember, this is the month, which is a universal number 1. So I want you to imagine your spine is like the numeral 1, that conduit between the heavens and the earth, the connection to your higher self. And so aligning each vertebra on top of one another. And follow your breath all the way down to your seat. Take a moment to imagine that roots are coming down through the tailbone area, gravitating down, 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 into some rich nutrient soil below. Let your roots spread out. And then follow it back upward. When you come back up the spine, I want you to stop at the top of your head and imagine a white, blooming lotus. The same one that represents the crown chakra with 1,000 petals. Imagine these petals moving upward towards the light, but also equally pointed downward. So it's almost circular in its shape, receiving the light and blessings from above, but also equally pouring the divine nectar, this divine wisdom and inspiration to feed down into your body, into your heart, into your soul. So that you are becoming this lotus that represents renewal and transformation, purity, and then affirming mentally within, I am anchored in love. And I am lovingly participating in co-creating a new reality in the new earth. I am anchored in love. And I lovingly participate as a co-creator for the new earth. And maybe taking a moment to picture this new reality that will be made manifest, that is manifesting now. We see the seeds sprouting and growing already. I am anchored in love, and I am lovingly participating in co-creating this new reality. And the time is now. Bringing your hands to prayer position at your heart.